So, streaming platform AudioMac is apparently very, very big in Africa. It's one of the most downloaded apps, according to the AudioMac representative we heard at the A3C Festival. One of the most downloaded apps in Africa, and not just music-related apps, but apps in general. So I want to talk about that a little bit, but I also want to talk about, man, what does an artist do when they have most of their fans in a completely different country? How do they market to them? What type of strategies can they set in place to appeal even more to those fans? Should they try to appeal more to those fans? They're in a totally different continent, perhaps. What do we do about that? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, so the first part of it, we're just looking at the analytics here. AudioMac has a big presence in Nigeria. I'm also looking on here in Ghana and looking in the Caribbean and the Bahamas. So they kind of zigged when other people were zagging, and they established a presence there.
Yeah.
So if you have music, genres that would be popular in those places, by all means, probably start to use AudioMac more, at least for the current moment.
Yeah.
And if that's where your fans are, you might be losing out on some people in Spotify or Apple Music or whatever. So that's how you navigate. You have to be in the know. Like, you got to be researching, listening to shows like this, reading articles about what apps are popular. You can even go look at what apps are popular just by looking at the app stores and looking at the different countries. But the second part of your question on what if my fans are in millions, or not millions of miles, thousands of miles away, or feels like a million miles away from where I live. You have online, first of all, do not take for granted the access that the internet gives you. So we take orders from around the world, and if I were an artist, I would have the same approach, to be honest with you. So if I'm doing merch, then there's websites that will allow for you to send that merch to these locations.
Right.
And they'll have the different rates, Printify or whatever, or Printful, or all that. They have the different rates for those locations. You can actually choose maybe there's a distribution center that is closer to those areas. So it's the businesses and solutions are being developed that are like worldwide solutions.
Yeah.
For the strictly online portion of it, it really doesn't matter where people are, because we just take online payments. So for instance, if you have like NFTs, you do have to just check the laws in different countries, but a lot of them, it really can be that you build a solid following and you have a bunch of online products and services that you're selling to them.
That's right.
And you're killing it there more than you are in your home base.
Yep.
So, eventually if it got big enough, maybe you do move over there and, you establish your company over there. And additionally, there's a lot of tax benefits in certain places. So that's why the income in Singapore, for instance, is much higher than a lot of places, because they have good tax benefits for, they kind of stay out of your business in Singapore more than other countries. So people with a lot of money move to Singapore. They're like, hey, they're going to stay in my business. So it's another thing to keep in mind. That's why you need to at least be knowledgeable about what's going on. But with the whole online thing, you can really be global, and with the internet, as long as the country they're building up their internet access, you can do a lot. In fact, you can make an impact on that part of the world without even being there. Like if you're educating people in Ghana about the whole NFT space, and then you get to somebody there who just like really gets that, and they're like a whiz in that, then they start to just go deep into the crypto and the NFTs, and I don't know the laws there. I'm just saying hypothetically. And then they hire a bunch of other people, and then there's another business, and then they start to tell more people, and they have 1,000 employees, and really good paying jobs, and a lot can happen. So with the advent of technology, like I was a econ major back in the day, so when you look at it's called an equilibrium curve, and really just I'll boil it down into, with technology you can break out of whatever growth pattern you're in.
Yeah.
So if I have a technological advance and I am early on in that, kind of like El Salvador adopting Bitcoin, right? So if they did it earlier, they'd be in a whole lot better position than they are now, right? So if they would have did it when Bitcoin was like $3,000, they'd have some very, very hefty benefits for everybody in the country. So if there's other countries that are going to look at that model and be like, hey, we can really grow our economy by jumping on this new technology early, this can change up the game worldwide.
100%.
So it can change up your business worldwide too. So with AudioMac, if you have those genres that would be good in the countries, by all means, go for it. But the bigger picture is, how can technology impact my business and then impact the world, to be honest with you. So dive into that.
That's good, man. Makes sense.